This is the weirdest live stream that ever took place in Japan. Someone was live streaming in an apartment. He never left the apartment for close to 18 months.
What?
This particular season would be the most explosive season of this Japanese reality show. There was a comedian who applied to be on the show without knowing what his challenge was going to be. His name was Nasubi. It's actually a nickname. It's Japanese for eggplant. He had a 30-centimeter face, okay? It was almost a foot long, so people called him eggplant. So he gets invited to the Tokyo apartment where they immediately start filming him. The entire apartment that he walked into was filled to the brim with microphones, cameras. There was a stand of magazines. There was like a mattress on the floor. Nothing else. And they told him, well, you need to take off all of your clothes. And because of his name Nasubi, they also would Photoshop an eggplant over his eggplant during his live streams even. The only thing he can do is spend his entire day writing into these magazine giveaways, hoping to win prizes. And if he wins $10,000 worth of prizes, they will release him. I mean, obviously he can quit, but I don't think that he could quit, right? Now, he assumed, now this is the really messed up part, he assumed that all of this was going to be pre-recorded. He thought that they would record it, edit out all the random parts, and then put in the fun parts, air the season like they do with like most reality shows like The Bachelor, right? But instead, they were live streaming him for majority of the time. Gets to work, he's sitting writing thousands. I think during his entire 12 months that he was stuck in there, he wrote over 70,000 letters for giveaways.
Oh my god.
And that's how that resulted in $10,000. So for days he didn't have any food until finally, like 4 days in, he wins a bag of rice, a small bag of rice. It gets delivered by a local delivery man. That was his happiest moment because not only does he get rice, but he gets human interaction. His main objective though wasn't even food. His main goal was to get clothing. I mean, he just felt so. But the only thing that he could win was some lingerie, some pants that were too small, some socks, and some Adidas shoes that I think fit perfectly. I mean, it was just bizarre, right? So a lot of people had just skepticism about this. Really, he didn't even win one t-shirt. He worked so hard trying to win a giveaway for an apron, a free apron, that he didn't get it because he just wanted to cover his private part. But he never won. So who's to say maybe the producers could intercept deliveries, maybe they could fake deliveries. We don't really know, but he took the nation by storm. People in Japan loved him because, think about it, this guy's situation is shitty. Sure, you could say he's trying to get famous, but overall, it's pretty lonely. I mean, he's in solitude. It's just a weird place to be. But he was so positive the whole time. Now, was it him being positive, or was it the fact that they obnoxiously edited in laugh tracks in the most depressing moments ever that made it seem positive? I don't know. The dude is eating dry dog food because he ran out of food and all he could eat for days was dog food that he had won, and they're just throwing in laugh tracks while he's like crying. So
I think he's better off gambling at a casino.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Like, it was just bizarre. So he also wins like random things that he didn't really need to use. He wins some food. He won a tent. He won nice car tires, like premium auto tires. He won a watermelon. He won lots of canned food, but no can opener.
Okay.
Now he gotta win a can opener.
Yeah. He was also very ecstatic when he won toilet paper.
Oh.
So that tells you there was no toilet paper there. The room that he's in nonstop is dead silent. There's no noise in that room. There's nothing that makes noise. So he resorted to talking to a teddy bear that he had won. People thought that he was losing his mind. The producers, I mean, sure, maybe they checked on him to make sure that he wasn't dead, but they didn't necessarily entertain him. They didn't socialize with him. So he's talking to this stuffed animal, and finally he gets a TV. So his TV set, he hooks it up and he's so excited, but it's just static. Now it's presumed that the producers made sure that he didn't get a cable connection because then he would realize that he's all over the news. He's all over the TV. He's watching himself, okay?
That's so true.
Then eventually, without even winning toilet paper for the first 10 months, he wins a PlayStation and he hooks that baby up and he plays for 4 days nonstop because for months he had no entertainment. He had nothing to stimulate his mind, his brain. He had nothing but himself. This is solitary confinement, okay? So he played for 4 days straight without even sleeping, and then he realized that if he keeps doing this, he's never gonna get out. So he put the PlayStation away, never played it again. So he continued to write letters. At the 12th month, this is like the peak of his viewership. Like 17 million people and counting. That's more people than the active watchers of the last Game of Thrones season. So he's famous. The producers are making money off of this guy, okay? The network is making money off this guy. And on that last, 12 months in, he wins a tiny bag of rice, pushing his reward up to $10,000. So he's freaking out. He's so excited. He tells the producers, are you kidding me? I'm so stoked. And they said, we're going to take you on vacation to South Korea. Woo! So they take him to South Korea where not as many people know him, right? Because if you were to go out in Japan, everyone would be just all over him. So he gets to South Korea. They take him to an amusement park. They record it showing like, see, we're not that bad of people. Look at us. We're taking him to Disneyland. So he's out having a blast and they say, okay, well, can you just come into this apartment? This is where you're staying tonight.
Another wild
No
starts.
way, bro.
Where they tell him, now you will get your prize when you find first class tickets back to Japan.
Season 2.
Is
And
like
they
a-
leave him
this is like
in the apartment
This movie.
Yeah.
with no clothes.
This is season 2.
Because could they give up that juicy viewership now? No, they couldn't.
Well-
So for 4 to 5 months, he's alone, isolated, and being live streamed again. And
You're
he
kidding me.
finds first class tickets back to Tokyo in 4 to 5 months. I don't know how he did it through those little sweepstakes, but he did it. So he gets on a plane and he gets back to Tokyo. The producers take him and they say, okay, well now you're going to go into this like final lobby where we're going to interview you about your experience, right? So they blindfold him. They take him into this little waiting room where he's sitting. He's, by the way, still. And all of a sudden, all the 4 walls of this room drop down and he looks around
No.
and he's on stage and there's a live audience clapping and he has no idea what the fork is going
You
on.
can't make this up.
So he's
This is-
looking around very confused. Then he realizes he's naked and he puts a pillow on top of his, eggplant and he stands up and he awkwardly waves and he keeps asking the producers, why are they laughing? What's going on? Why are they clapping? And the producer tells him, because you're a star.
Yeah.
So he finds out that that entire thing was being live streamed. It was not pre-recorded. People were watching him every step of the way and they freaking loved him. Now here's the problem. Any momentum that he was going to get from this show was lost. Because after 18 months of not talking to anyone, of not wearing clothes, he said the minute that he put on clothes for the first time, he would break out into a rash. Even like
What?
100% cotton shirts. Because your body is not used to it. You feel like you can't breathe. It's itchy. It feels like it's rubbing against you.
Well, I did not know that.
Yes.
That's cool.
And on top of that, he also said that he had a hard time making eye contact with people for months, even talking to people, which is crazy because Nasubi before this was a comedian. He was very sociable. He is again now, but right after this experience, he just couldn't even hold a conversation. He felt really weird. So he became very depressed. He became very included or very introverted, didn't go outside, isolated himself, and he lost a lot of fame in that way. Now, there was some hype, though. I think that he did make some money because there was when he had won this cup noodle, like a ramen. He was so excited. He was eating it so deliciously, and that ramen noodle company had bought that for an ad of him eating ramen, super ecstatic, like pure emotions, just like so happy. Yeah. So now he is an actor in his hometown. He does mainly like stage performances. So like think of it like a theater or a play. But he said that the experience was a lot of people expected him to be mad at the producer. And the producer came forward and said, I apologize to Nasubi, but he made great TV and I would do it all over again. And Nasubi said, I'm not really that mad at the producers because technically it was their job, but they did really emotionally traumatize me for years to come. So eventually, Japan, the government, had started cracking down on these torture TV shows.